Hello everyone. In this video tutorial we will have a look at smart bones. In its simpler form, a smart bone is an action driven by bone rotation. Smart bones can be used to automatically control the formation around bones, just like in this arm rig. As you can see, as we rotate the arm bone, the different muscles are animated automatically. But smart bones can also be used as dials to control pretty much anything that can be animated inside an action, like in this example of an eye. As you can see, smart bones can be used to control any action you can build in NME Studio. Now, let's have a look at how to build our own smart bone. In this file, we have an arm with bones. The bones are binded using the bind point tool, giving a really rough deformation of the vector drawing around the bones. Next, let's open the action window. To create a smart bone, you only need to create an action with the exact name of the bone that will drive it. In this case, the bone is named forearm. First thing I like to do in a newly created smart bone is to create the bone rotation keyframes. On frame 1, I nudge the bone to create a keyframe. Then I move the timeline to frame 100 and rotate the bone so it reaches the limit I had set with an angle constraint. The action can be any length you like, but I find that 100 frames is a good number for smart bones and gives enough room to play with. We then select the vector layer, then start pulling points on frame 1 to shape it. We then do the same on frame 100. You can use any of the drawing tools to shape the vector layer. It is often a good idea to go to the middle frame and do some adjustment so the animation runs smoothly. Then we can test the animation to see if it deforms smoothly along the timeline. I usually copy everything from frame 1 to frame 0 to prevent points from jumping around when animating the smart bone. One last check, then we move out of the action timeline by double-clicking Mainline in the action window. We now go to frame 1 on the timeline. We then use a transform bone tool to test our new smart bone. And sure enough, we get perfect deformation as we animate the bone. Now let's create a dial with smart bone. First thing we need to do is create a bone. Use the Shift key to draw it straight up. Then rename the bone by giving it a meaningful name. With the Select Bone tool selected, check the Show Label box. Then open the constraint window, check the Angle constraint box, then enter -90 and 90 as values. Set the bone strength to 0. With the action window open, create a new action, then give it the same name as our bone. Set the length of the action to 100 frames. This will give us room to work with. At frame 1, rotate the bone all the way to the left. At frame 50, rotate it to the middle. You hold the Shift key to set it up straight. Then rotate the bone all the way to the right at frame 100. Select the vector layer you want to animate in the action window. In this case, the eyeball layer. At frame 1, use the drawing tools to move the point so the eye is closed. At frame 50, copy the keyframe from frame 0 so the eye is open once more. Copy the keyframes to frame 100 as well. Then select all the points that make the eyeball and scale them up to 120%. Go to frame 25, then adjust some of the points to make the animation look smoother. Double-click Main Line in the action window to close the action and return to the main timeline. Go to frame 1, select the Transform Bone tool to test your new Smart Bone, and you're done. Smart Bones can be used to automate all sorts of animation tasks. Its uses is only limited by your imagination.